So I am getting a colonoscopy on Valentine's Day, and I am going to show you the process all the way from preparation through to recovery. I am not going to hold anything back. So if you want to keep me as the attractive person in your mind that I absolutely am, well, then I recommend you click away because, yeah, I'm going to show you everything.
I got food poisoning back in June 2022, which has left me with a constant feeling of gut pain for several months. I've been putting off going to the doctor because, well, a range of excuses. But then two things happened. Firstly, it got so uncomfortable that I literally couldn't put it off anymore. Yep, I'm that person. And secondly, I took that attachment theory course I mentioned, and I realized I was not being kind to my body. Unfortunately, when gut issues go on as long as I let it, with the symptoms I had, there are two potential diseases: bowel cancer or inflammatory bowel disease. I urgently needed a colonoscopy to check for both.
Alright, so the preparation for the procedure says that 2 days before examination, which is today, I need to start a low fiber diet. I can only eat the foods on the list below: rice bubbles or cornflakes, eggs or omelets, white flour products, white rice, plain biscuits, plain crackers, plain scones, potatoes, oil, margarine, dairy products, fish or skinless chicken, not fried or highly seasoned, ham, and I cannot eat any fruit, I cannot eat any vegetables, no nuts, no seeds, no legumes, so no beans, peas, etc. No red meat, no brown bread, and no muesli. This actually kind of surprises me because I would feel like it would be like you would high fiber because it would go through you quickly, but I guess like high fiber would leave residue.
Despite being considered the gold standard for cancer and IBD screening, since a biopsy can be taken during the procedure, the fact that a tube anywhere from 4 to 6 feet long will be shoved through your intestines is a valid reason to scare anyone away. That said, I would say for me personally, the prep was far, far worse. You don't know that on day one, though.
The real question though is whether or not beer is allowed, because technically it's a clear liquid, and the instructions that I had said as long as it doesn't have any high color. Just one beer, don't judge me. At least it's only 2 days of this. In addition to getting a colonoscopy tomorrow, we also have a cyclone hitting right now. Cyclone Gabrielle, I believe her name is. I've always been this person who's like a bit anti-medicine. I wouldn't say anti-medicine, but I grew up in a family where like we were like, if we were in pain, then we'd always be like, told to tough it up or wait it out. Like we rarely went to the hospital. And it took me a while in my adulthood to like start to trust modern medicine. Weird side effect that I'm having is I am drinking water constantly and I'm so dehydrated. Look at my tongue. I can't, it's just going right through me. I'm like peeing constantly, and I would drink like, what, I don't know, 4 or 5 of these already, and that's a liter. All right, I'm laying in bed here because I can start to feel the food is just like messing with me, and I cannot drink enough. Like, I'm gonna show you my tongue a million times. I've drank like 6 liters today already, like a ridiculous amount of water. So unfortunately I find myself Googling if it's something more, but it's probably just the food that I'm eating. I'm eating a lot more heavy foods, so. Okie dokie. So this is where the prep starts beginning for realsies. I start taking medicine. So I've got to take the 2 tablets of Dulcolax. I'm reading it off the computer now, which will start the shitting of myself. Yay! Oh my god. I've instantly become unattractive to like everyone, which, booyah. Alright. Next 24 hours are gonna be fun, but not in the way you'd expect. Yum. Alright. Sleepy time. I think for my parents, it was really hard to be taking care of 7 kids, and the only way they had the energy to address all of our needs, well, obviously they didn't, was to like basically invalidate our pain, because taking 7 kids to the hospital all the time would have just been so draining. It is interesting though. I do want to give my parents credit where credit lies. On this last trip home, I found out I had clubfoot as a kid. I was born with a clubfoot. I had to go to physical therapy for like, I think it was like 2 years, my dad said. And like train my foot back. And I was like, had a cast, and we had to go regularly to the hospital. So it could also be that like I took so much effort from my parents in the beginning of my life that maybe they were less inclined to go back to the hospital. But, and to be fair, maybe even my memory is incorrect. Good morning. At 6 a.m. The instructions say to start taking this mixture and drink it fast, so I'm awake. 6 a.m. is when it says to start it, so. How do I even open this thing? This seems mixed up, and apparently I'm just drinking immediately and drink about half of this every 20 minutes, so I'm just gonna chug a bunch so I can go back to sleep for a little while. Oh my god, that's horrible. It's like salty and sweet. Weird. Oh, it's intense. It's like they put salt in orange juice. Alright, second one. I'm not doing very good at camera angles today because I'm not feeling so great, and it's taking a little bit of effort. Third one. This is not fun. I do not like this. Cheers. I think I'm probably not the only person who wants to be clean before something like this, especially after all of that cleaning out. I just feel gross, so I took a shower, cleaning myself up, making myself feel pretty again. Alright, because it's important to feel pretty when you go to a colonoscopy, just saying.
So, you guys said you wanted more Pivo. Here she is, getting snuggles.
I got sick in Fiji. You guys will remember that I did a Lovo, and the next day I was super sick, and I didn't actually get better. I actually just flew straight to the US to visit my family for 6 weeks, and I didn't really have access to a hospital there because I didn't want to incur costs until I got back. It's been around since June 2022. Oh my god, this is so embarrassing. Don't do this, guys. Don't do what I'm doing here. This is so dumb.
It's all about what if you find it oversharing or not. That's the important thing in the end.
Is this oversharing? I don't think so. I'm okay with sharing it. On our way! Alright, so they've taken me to this Super strange room. I'm not gonna lie. Just the setup here is very weird. And they gave me a large because I'm tall. I'm not looking forward to this. What do you think, Al? Does it suit me? I feel ridiculous. She's slick. She's smooth. She's getting a colonoscopy. Oh yeah. Sedition's kicking in very fast.
Take that off. Seatbelts, everyone! Please let this be a normal field trip. With a friend? No way!
Cruising on down Main Street, you're relaxed and feeling good. Next thing that you know, you see it. Octopus in the neighborhood, surfing on a sine wave, swinging through the stars. Take a left at your intestine, take your second right past Mars on the magic scuba. Alligator nostril, climb on the magic scuba. Spank a plankton too.
Take that!
Along magic scuba, rock the river of lava. On magic scuba, such a fine thing to do. So strap your bones right to the seat. Come on in and don't be shy. Just to make your day complete. You might get baked into a pie on the magic scuba. Step inside, it's a wild ride. Come on, ride on the magic scuba.
You know, you remember when I came in?
The recovery room. They're bringing me tea and coffee. Or coffee, not tea and coffee. And a sandwich! Which I told them surprised me, so. That's fancy. This place is super fancy. I'm very happy with it. Feeling a little slow, not gonna lie. But, okay, here's the news. No bowel cancer and no inflammation. But they decided to take some biopsies to see if possibly I have some kind of regular inflammation, something like Crohn's disease, which would suck. But as long as you catch it early, it's supposed to be pretty manageable. So I basically realized in the course of this course that I'm taking, but basically I learned at some point that I need to start taking care of myself more, and I need to stop expecting people to take care of me because no one will ever know your needs like you do. And to expect someone to say, hey, actually you should prioritize this. Like, not only is it unfair because you're putting that work in their hands, but when they're not prioritizing something that you think is important, but they wouldn't think it's important because they're just a different person with different life experiences, then you're not in a place to say yes to that thing. And that's exactly what I was doing. I was letting other people decide which needs I needed to get met. And when the tumor happened and there was like needs that needed to get met that people didn't prioritize, but for me were like non-negotiables, because some of your needs are non-negotiables. Like, it peaked. I had to take care of myself. And that's kind of what I've learned, is that it's up to me to take care of myself. And not only do I need to take care of myself, but I need to value taking care of myself, because I deserve to be taken care of. My health deserves to be taken care of. And it's pretty much the only thing that you have in life that can really help you navigate everything else. Like, without your health, everything else becomes a little bit harder. So, yeah.